You're like really pretty.
Thank you.
So you agree?
What?
You think you're really pretty.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Regina George quotes from Mean Girls.
Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen. Is butter a carb?
Yes.
I gave him everything. I was half a virgin when I met him.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most memorable phrases uttered by the queen of the plastics in the cult classic 2004 film. We'll be talking about some of the movie's plot points, so a mild spoiler alert is in effect. Did your favorite Regina quote make the list? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Cheese fries.
120 calories and 48 calories from fat. What percent is that?
48 into 120?
I'm only eating foods with less than 30% calories from fat.
Regina's trying to figure out what percentage of calories from fat is in her snack, because she set a limit for herself. Katie, in true math whiz fashion, quickly crunches the numbers.
It's 40%. Oh, 48 over 120 equals x over 100, and then you cross multiply and get the value of x.
In response to her explanation, Regina suddenly becomes disinterested and announces she's going to get this delicious food instead. The line is hilarious and, quite frankly, iconic.
Whatever, I'm getting cheese fries.
It's, without a doubt, one of her more relatable moments in the film. And if you ask us, she made the right call. Because the limit to how many cheese fries is too many simply does not exist. Number 9. A Pretty Ploy.
Why don't I know you?
I'm new. I just moved here from Africa.
What?
I used to be homeschooled.
Katie Heron is the new girl. Not only that, it's her first time navigating an actual school, since up until this point, she was homeschooled. Regina can't believe it, hence her repeatedly telling a very confused and quiet Katie to stop talking.
So you've actually never been to a real school before? Shut up. Shut up!
I didn't say anything.
Just as she doesn't quite understand that it's just a figure of speech, Katie's also not exactly well-versed in teenage girl rules. As a result, when Regina compliments her, she does what she thinks you're supposed to and accepts it.
You're like really pretty.
Thank you.
She doesn't realize she walked right into a trap, until the head of the plastics quips back with this response.
So you agree?
What?
You think you're really pretty?
Oh, I don't know.
It's a deliberate tactic on Regina's part, and an early indication of how the plastics mess with people's heads. Number 8. Sweatpants Struggle. Regina delivers this line when Gretchen and Karen confront her about wearing sweatpants on a Monday.
Gina, you're wearing sweatpants. It's Monday.
So?
So that's against the rules, and you can't sit with us.
Per the rules, she can't sit at their table.
Whatever. Those rules aren't real.
They were real that day I wore a vest.
Because that vest was disgusting.
You can't sit with us!
It's actually an instance where you might feel a bit bad for Regina, who displays a rare moment of vulnerability.
These sweatpants are all that fits me right now.
Of course, true to her nature, she then snaps back at the girls with a fiery response and walks away. If she can't sit with them, they clearly can't ride with her.
Fine. You can walk home, bitches.
Considering the events of 2020, everyone who's been living in sweat since March likely feels Regina's pain on this one. Number 7. Two-faced fashion police. Regina fawns over a girl's skirt in the hall, and it's pretty obvious she makes her day.
Oh my god. I love your skirt. Where did you get it?
It was my mom's in the 80s.
Vintage. So adorable.
Thanks.
But as soon as she leaves, the queen bee smile immediately vanishes. Without missing a beat, she turns to Katie and verbally rips it to shreds.
That is the ugliest effing skirt I've ever seen.
It's actually so cruel, but with Rachel McAdams' flawless delivery, it's almost impossible not to crack a smile upon hearing it. She similarly complimented Katie's bracelet earlier in the movie, so clearly it's one of her go-to moves.
Oh my god, I love your bracelet. Where did you get it?
Oh, my mom made it for me.
It's adorable.
It's a perfect representation of how two-faced and phony Regina George can be. And like so many of her moments, it's also comical and easily quotable. Number 6. Giving almost everything.
And you know she cheats on Aaron. Yes, every Thursday he thinks she's doing SAT prep, but really, she's hooking up with Shane Oman in the projection room above the auditorium.
Aaron breaks up with Regina after he finds out she's been cheating on him with Shane Oman.
She's cheating on you.
What?
Naturally, she's devastated and looks to her friends for support. Of course, she doesn't know her so-called friends are the reason he found out in the first place.
Did he say why?
Somebody told him about Shane Oman.
Who?
He said some guy on the baseball team.
Regina says this about him and their relationship as she's venting to the other plastics. It's such a funny and unforgettable quote because of its literal content. But what makes it even better is how serious she is, crying and supposedly heartbroken. The juxtaposition of those two things ensured fans of the movie would continue to reference this phrase for years to come.
I gave him everything. I was half a virgin when I met him.
Number 5. Harry Backburn. When Jason is trying to flirt with a brand new and unassuming Katie, Regina effortlessly shuts it down and actually invites her to sit with them. Jason's advances are uncomfortable to watch, and Katie isn't really sure what's going on.
Do you want to have sex with him?
No, thank you.
So when Regina completely eviscerates him, you know immediately she's not to be messed with.
Good. So it's settled. So you can go shave your back now. Bye, Jason.
Plus, she does Katie a solid and gets her out of the interaction, so it's no wonder she agrees to sit down.
Sit down.
This moment is basically the catalyst for everything that follows, and it's fabulous. It's true that Regina's sassy and bold behavior can be polarizing, particularly when she goes against her friends, but in this instance, it's perfectly placed and only adds to her allure. Number 4. Hanging up, Regina George style.
Okay, hold on. I'm on the other line with Gretchen.
Don't invite Gretchen, she's driving me nuts.
Who could ever forget the insanely amusing moment when Regina says this to Karen over the phone? She is the queen of one-liners, and the delivery of this shocking quote, followed by her abruptly hanging up, is proof of that.
I can't go out. I'm sick.
Boo, you whore.
And this has become a standard response for many fans of the film. It can apply to lots of situations, like those times when your friend starts saying they're tired and isn't sure if they want to go out anymore. And no matter how many times you've seen the movie, the desire to scream it at your screen alongside Regina never fades. Number 3. Butter business.
Regina, we have to talk to you.
Regina asks the plastics this question because she's on an all-carb diet. It's part of Katie's master plan to take her down by sabotaging everything from her relationships to her diet. What Regina is genuinely asking, and her expression mixed with the ridiculousness of the whole situation, speaks for itself.
Is butter a carb?
Yes.
Clearly, many others were wondering the same thing, as evidenced by the numerous articles who used this quote as their headline in an attempt to entice readers. Spoiler alert, it's not. Of course, Katie doesn't tell Regina this, because where would the fun in that be?
What?
They make you gain weight like crazy.
Number 2. Not a fan of fetch. Most people in 2004 would have probably used a word like cool if they liked something. But Gretchen isn't just anybody. Throughout the film, she really wants to make fetch the new big word, much to everyone's dismay.
So fetch.
What is fetch?
Oh, it's like slang from England.
Regina has finally had enough of it after they perform their Christmas number and snaps at Gretchen with this now well-known line.
That is so fetch.
Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
Her decisive and strikingly harsh tone shocks everyone. It's part of a series of events that causes the friendship between the two to unravel.
Why should Caesar get to stomp around like a giant while the rest of us try not to get smushed under his big feet?
What's so great about Caesar?
Gretchen starts to lose it, growing increasingly frustrated with how Regina always grabs the spotlight. Her father is the inventor of toaster strudel, after all, and shouldn't that mean something?
I don't think my father, the inventor of toaster strudel, would be too pleased to hear about this.
Funnily enough, this quote helped make fetch happen in real life. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Calling from Planned Parenthood. If Gretchen can't date Jason, no one can.
May I please speak to Taylor Waddell?
She's not home yet. Who's calling?
Oh, this is Susan from Planned Parenthood. I have her test results. If you could have her give me a call as soon as she can. It's urgent. Thank you.
Hair pushed back. Erin's hair is a hot topic.
Why do you wear your hair like that? Her hair looks so sexy pushed back. Katie, will you please tell him his hair looks sexy pushed back?
Regina was dangling Erin in front of me on purpose.
An unhealthy obsession? Regina recalls when she and Janice used to be friends.
Like, if I would blow her off to hang out with Kyle, she'd be like, why didn't you call me back? And I'd be like, why are you so obsessed with me?
An all-carb diet. What kind of food does Taco Bell serve?
You want to do something fun? You want to go to Taco Bell?
I can't go to Taco Bell. I'm on an all-carb diet. God, Karen, you are so stupid.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Shop O'Clock. At this point in the film, the plastics are slowly making Katie one of them, including her in their various activities. The ease and effortlessness with which Regina pulls up in her convertible and tells Katie they're going to the mall is memorable to say the least.
Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
Katie compares her to a Barbie here, and it's easy to see why.
Regina's like the Barbie doll I never had. I'd never seen anybody so glamorous.
It's not hard to understand how she gets pulled into the plastics world of shopping, luxury, and popularity.
You cannot do that. That is social suicide.
Plus, Rachel McAdams' impeccable delivery makes this one of the movie's most famous and quoted phrases. It's something friends say to each other to this day, especially since you can customize the latter half of the quote to suit pretty much any outing. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.